Have you ever searched for a vacation or a car and then visited a website for said vacation or car, and then you kind of forget about it, you go somewhere else, and you start noticing everywhere that you go online, you're seeing ads following you about that specific car or that specific vacation. And a lot of you are thinking, oh, this is kind of creepy. A lot of us are mistaken in thinking that it's the Google Home or our phone listening to us, but really what it is, it's a tactic in marketing called retargeting or remarketing. And what this is basically, if you're a business owner, you can put a piece of code that is supplied by Facebook, Google, LinkedIn, or any advertising platform that's in the modern era. You can actually put this piece of code on your website, and what it will do is anytime someone visits your website, it will put a cookie on their browser, which will then follow them as they go to different websites. And if there's an opportunity to present an ad to you, or to the user rather, then they will be served the ad for the trip or the car or whatever your website is. And a lot of people, a lot of people who are in marketing are very familiar with this term retargeting or remarketing. And so I was thinking, I don't know if I should make this video because it might be a bit elementary, but increasingly I'm meeting business owners and a lot of marketers too who are unfamiliar with the term, or if they know the term, they don't actually know how it works and how you can fully leverage it. So you can do a lot of things with these pixels and tags on your site. Remarketing and retargeting is one of those things. And you can actually get even more specific. So you can retarget people who visited a certain web page on your site. You can visit people who have visited your website and then layer on additional targeting on top of that, whether that be age, gender, interests, behaviors. So you're kind of isolating the kind of good quality traffic within your overall traffic, which is pretty cool. You can also do things like track conversions. So having these pieces of code on your site will allow you to set up conversion tracking, which basically means that if someone clicks on an ad, visits a certain page on your site, and then visits the thank you page, these pieces of code will fire notifications back to the ad platform, essentially saying that because of this ad over here, user X got over to the thank you page, which means they completed a form or made a purchase of some kind, and so we want to track that. So that's really cool as well. Another really fascinating thing that can be done with these pixels, these pieces of code on your site, is what's called creating a lookalike audience. So a lookalike audience, basically these ad platforms can analyze all the traffic that's coming to your website. When I say analyze, I mean their demographics, interests, behaviors, etc. And then what happens is a kind of average or perfect prospect, perfect target of those people will emerge, and they can then target new people. You can target new people based on your sample size, your sample audience, and these are new people that look and think and act exactly like your sample audience. So to kind of be more clear, someone visits your website, 100 people visit your website, what we can do is then take the collective of those 100 people, their demographics, interests, and behaviors, and then target new people who look and think and act exactly like your existing audience. So that's very powerful as well, especially when it's on a mass scale. I know 100 is a small number, but you can do that at a much higher scale, and it's even more precise. So, and then on top of that, you can layer interest targeting and demographic targeting on top of that. So there's all sorts of things that you can do with a piece of code on your website. But the main one, which a lot of people I meet are not taking advantage of, which is probably the low-hanging fruit for any company or business that hasn't is just dabbling into digital marketing, would be setting up a simple retargeting campaign. It's inexpensive, and you're just hammering the people who are visiting your website with more ads, reminding them to come back and to make your brand look that much bigger. All right, so hope you enjoyed that little tidbit, these little tidbits of information, and I will see you next time for another marketing tip with Riaz at Sidi.io.